Hello everyone, this is Steve, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how to install ForceClaw in your Microsoft Teams instance. The setup is very simple, it just takes a few steps, and we do have detailed instructions on how to do it. Should really only take about a few minutes. However, the actual propagation from Microsoft to actually put this into your Teams app could take some time. It could take up to a few hours. So what I'm going to do is I'll walk through the steps to install, and then I'll come back after it is installed and show you where to find it. So there will be a pause in this video as Microsoft propagates that into my Teams app. So as you can see, I have a Teams open. It's very blank. It's really just a new instance that I created for this video. And you can see there's nothing in it. If I go to the Apps tab here and I try to search for ForceClaw, I don't find anything here. Obviously, we don't have it installed. You can see it's not going to be something in the store. We're not a Microsoft partner at this time, but it is something you can install directly in your org. We'll show you how to do that. And when that's done, we'll have another tab here that says Built for your org, and that's where you would find this. So let me go over to ForceClaw, and we'll show you how to do that. So here I am in the ForceClaw dashboard. This is where admins are going to manage all of the installations and connections and everything like that. So on the Microsoft Teams tab, as you can see, it says Teams is not connected, but we have instructions on here for how to do that, how to install that. So we'll walk you through them one by one. The first one's going to be downloading the app package. Then we have to upload that package to our Team Center. We have to confirm it's available for everybody in the org or whoever we want it to be available for. Then we have to grab our tenant ID from the Azure portal, put that in here, grant access, and then link the Teams tenant to ForceClaw. So let's go through each of these one by one. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to click this link to download the package. As you can see, that downloaded here for me. And we'll go over to the Teams Admin Center to upload that package. So I can click on the Teams Admin Center right here. That's going to bring me here. This is where Microsoft admins manage all of the apps, all the connections. I'm not going to do too much back and forth. Obviously, I know what the steps are, but we do say what the steps are here. You can see it's expand Teams app, click Manage app, and then choose Actions and Upload New app. So if I go back to my Admin Center, we have the Teams app here, Manage apps. Up in the top right, we have Actions and Upload New app. And then I can click this Upload button. Go to my downloads, and I could upload that. I don't know why they put the spinner over here, but this is uploading. So we'll wait a second for that to finish. Okay, new app added, that's good. So if I close this and I search for ForceClaw, we can see that now. It took a second for my image to show up. But if I click that and go back, you see confirm it's available. So we want the status to be allowed, and availability is everyone. Most tenants, when you upload, that's already done, but that's something we just want to confirm. I can see that here. It's available to everyone in the org. If I wanted to change that to just a select group, I can do that. I can manage the availability, but we are going to leave that as available to everyone. Obviously, it's just me and my org, but you may have people you want to use it, people you don't want to, so that's up to you. Next thing, we have to go grab our tenant ID from the Azure portal. So I'm going to click on this link here. It's going to have me sign in. Okay, and if I go back to our instructions, you see I could either type Microsoft Entra ID or click it if it's in the top, and on the overview tab page, that's where we're going to see the tenant ID. So if I go back, I have my Microsoft Entra ID right here. I click that, and I have the tenant ID right here. I can just copy that, go back to ForceClaw, and I'm going to paste that in. And then the next thing we want to do is grant admin access. It's going to bring me to another page to sign in. I mean, if you only have one account, obviously that's going to just directly sign into your account. Basically what this is doing is approving ForceClaw for this tenant. It's a one-time approval. As you can see, it says the application is not published by Microsoft. As I said, we're not in the Microsoft store at this time, but you're still able to install that. And here it says what the app needs to do, which is to sign in and read the user profile. The reason it needs to do that is because if you've watched our overview video or any of our demos, how it works is ForceClaw is going to act as the user that's making the request. So if I send a message to ForceClaw, say, hey, go and build this flow or go read this account, whatever the case is, it's going to perform that action as my user because each user is going to self-authenticate into Salesforce. So basically, ForceClaw needs to read which user is making the request from Microsoft Teams. So if I make the request, it's going to know that request is coming from me, and therefore it's going to act as me when it tries to make any updates or read anything from Salesforce. So I'll go ahead and accept that. That's going to bring me back here. It's going to say your access has been granted. And the next step is to link the Teams tenant, which is going to tie the tenant to our ForceClaw account. So in doing that, you see that the page changed. You can see that Microsoft Teams is now connected. It's going to show you some helpful commands, things you can ask the bot to do from Microsoft Teams when you message it. We have some helpful commands here, as well as some things you can ask right down here. And if I go back to Teams, again, this is not going to show at this moment. It's going to take a little bit to propagate, and I may have to close Teams and come back. So I'm going to pause the video here, give this some time to propagate, and when we come back, I'll show you what that looks like when the app is installed. Okay, I'm back, and Microsoft has officially propagated ForceClaw into my Teams client, my desktop app. So that took probably about an hour. It could have been a little less. I wasn't really sitting here and monitoring it. I did walk away for a little bit, came back, and it was here. So not too bad. Again, it could take a little bit longer. It could be a little quicker. It's really just up to Microsoft. But let's see how we would actually install it and use it in the client. So I'm in my desktop app. I'm going to click this plus icon to view my apps. And I don't know if you remember, but before we did not have this built for your org tab here. So I can click that, and you could see I have ForceClaw. So this appeared now because we do have one app that's built for our org, which is ForceClaw. And I can click add. It's going to give you some details about it. I can click add again. We went over the permissions before, so I'm not going to talk about that. And we see that it's officially added, so I can click open. So this is what a standard app opening screen looks like. It's going to give you the preset prompts. So these are things we have built in to ForceClaw. For instance, I could type in help and get some details back. It's going to tell me what it can do for me in my Salesforce orgs. I can look at my other prompts, and it tells me different other things it's able to do. Just so you know where it is, if I open my chats, you see we have a chat with ForceClaw happening right here. In terms of the prompts, again, we have help, which just tells us what it can do. The new one is something that I did want to mention because with Microsoft Teams, typically how you chat with a person is you have one continuous chat going on forever. It's not like you have different threads that you're chatting in. So in order to separate jobs, so let's say you have one job in which you want the bot to build a flow, and then another job you want it to build a trigger, Apex trigger and handler. Those are two different jobs. So how you would start a new job, like a fresh task, is just prefix with new, and then the bot knows, okay, I'm starting something else, and it's not going to keep, referencing the previous conversation. You're going to start a whole new conversation, a whole new job with it. My orgs will tell me what Salesforce orgs I have connected. As you can see, I just have two I'm just playing around with, and just to confirm that it works, I'm just going to ask one request. I'll say, in QA, how many accounts are there? And let's wait. Okay, so came back, 19 accounts in the QA org. That's really a developer org, which is why there's really not much data in there. But as you can see, again, we have this installed. It's going to be here in my chat. I can continue. I can leave, come back, continue my chat at any point I would like. So as I mentioned, just a couple of install steps for a Microsoft admin, and then you got to wait, about an hour, hopefully less, for Microsoft to push this app into the Teams client. And then once it does, you're able to hit the ground running and start using it. So I think that's it. Thank you for watching.